Hola, boa noite. I think it's fair to say boa noite because it is really late in the day. And that is the subject matter for today's Good Morning Portugal podcast. And we've been having this running joke just recently that it's the Good Morning Portugal podcast, but often now I'm recording in the afternoon or in the evening, and it's pretty late. It's getting on for 10 o'clock. On this Monday, the 8th of October. This is episode 35, and sorry for the cock-up in the numbering of the podcasts. We do 6 a week, Monday to Saturday, and then on the 7th I do a patron-only podcast, which is the omnibus edition of all the podcasts throughout the week, so they can be listened to in one go, and that's a special treat for the people who've supported me on the Good Morning Portugal Patreon page. That's just $1 a month for that service if you want to subscribe and take advantage of the community that is there. A growing community, I hope. Now, back to the matter at hand. Oh, actually, just a quick experience this morning from the adventure here in Portugal for the family. We went to Fregianda Market. It's market day on a Monday. And I just got caught up in an amusing Luso lottery, which is how I'm putting it, but a Luso lottery situation where, you know, where you kind of guess because you haven't got the language and you point at things. Well, I saw some friends at the market. I went inside to order some stuff for myself and the kids. Excuse me a minute. Oh, very unprofessional. And I pointed in the chiller cabinet to what I thought was a rissole. And then I pointed outside so that the lady in the shop could bring the rissole and my coffee, my mère de lait, and she understood that pronunciation, and the kids' iced tea out to the outside so we could sit outside and sit with our friends. And what happened next was that I got served a tuna, egg and salad sandwich and a round of drinks for my friends. So there you go. It pays, literally, to learn the language. Not that I begrudge Brenda and Tom something. And a big shout-out to those two guys who've done an amazing job. Been here in Portugal for 12 years, and they showed us their house today. And they've done an amazing job in renovating an old Portuguese farmhouse. So good on you, Brenda and Tom. You're a real inspiration. But back to the matter at hand. Oh, well, that's what happens. Yeah, if you don't learn the language, you're going to end up in situations like that. And sometimes even more expensive. And that has happened to me quite a few times. €7 goat cheeses and things like that from not being able to, or being too embarrassed once you're in too deep to the conversation. Anyway, bom dia, boa tarde e boa noite. And I posted something to my favourite hive mind. The hive mind, that is the Pure Portugal community. And I'll be name-checking a few of you guys who've come to my aid when I've asked the question. It's a language or culture question. Is it bom dia until midday? Is it boa tarde until 6 p.m., 1800 hours? And is it boa noite after 6 o'clock but before midnight? So bom dia, obviously, good day. Boa tarde, good afternoon. And boa noite, good night is your vocabulary today. But how to use it? And I have wondered when there's the correct time. Jacqueline says, bom dia can be used afternoon, can also be used afternoon. It's your first encounter of the day with somebody. So if you're seeing somebody for the first time, you can say good day, I guess, and it's not necessarily good morning, is it? Never heard of that one, and I'm Portuguese. Interesting, says Ilda. Lena says to Jacqueline, not sure about that one. You could be saying it all day. And actually, quite often I find myself doing just that. And that's part of the friendliness, isn't it, of Portugal? Ilda has a reply from Jacqueline saying, proud to say that I am too. I guess she is saying good day to everybody all day long. Kevin says, if the sun has set, it's too late to say boa tarde, say my Portuguese family. Fair enough. And they say that here too, says Saroja. Alice says, love the disclaimer. I've put, actually, there's no reference in my question to vegetarianism or veganism because sometimes it kicks off, and it did today on the Pure Portugal group. Love the disclaimer. I feel like in my experience, tarde ends when the sun goes down, so dependent on season, and also if you're out on the town at night, boa noite can last into the morning as long as you're still living it as night, if you know what I mean. Our friend beyond Lisbon, Katia Lima, says, I would never say boa noite before 8 o'clock. As to the bon dia, you'll find people saying after midday. To me, it's still bon dia because I haven't had my lunch yet. Fantastic. Even more on the Good Morning Portugal podcast page. This will continue, so take good care. Até breve, and I hope that's useful to you. Comments and signing off.